Thanks for joining us, guys. This is Josiah's channel.
Yeah, we're glad to be here.
Yeah. So, singers, singettes.
My name is Louis Dalbey.
That's
Carter
Louis
Lang.
Dalbey.
I'm very glad that you're joining me and my friends, Carter Lang, Ben Coons, and Josiah Raug today.
Ben in the hoodlum. Ben in the hoodie.
So there's a certain reason that we've gathered together.
Yeah.
That reason has specifically to do with weak singing in church and outside of church.
Yeah. So, basically, I just gathered a group.
Basically.
You shut your face.
It's his turn to talk.
But you're my
channel,
friend.
man.
But you're my
Yeah.
You are
take
cast
turns.
out. You are anathema.
You take turns.
That's a crumb of a biscuit.
come
What
back,
on
come
earth?
back,
No,
come
no,
back.
it says go. Don't
Yeah, well,
keep
keep
okay, yeah, I'll keep intro.
I'll be back in a second.
Man, yeah, this is going to be a long, horrendous, tedious video.
No.
No, hopefully
Good.
not.
Try again.
Yeah, so, no, I think we're going to keep
It's
that.
good so far.
Yeah.
If you edit it funny.
So, despite the cars, these are some of the boys that I know who belt. When we're in like a psalm sing or something, they are reliably the ones who let themselves be heard, who let their screams rend the heavens. I was thinking about, calling up Dr. Longshore and Toby Sumter, because I know they sing loud as well. But I doubt they would have showed up to Ben's house.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you did have food.
Anyway, so yeah, the purpose of this video is to set out a defense for why it's okay that we get to yell our heads off while we're singing, and we think you should too. So now I think there are situations where it's unwise, maybe in choir or something, when you're going for homogeneity of sound and the director is they're the ones who are doing their own things, and it's not this sort of anarchistic everyone for their own stinking selves. Man, I think I agree with the eco guys. Get rid of all the vehicles. In something like a choir, it's less appropriate to just be, pushing your lungs to the physical limit.
Mm-hmm.
But here in Moscow, we do quite a lot of outdoor psalm sings, and I think that's a good spot to kick off the conversation. I, for one, I don't know about you guys, but I, for one, have had multiple times people come up to me and want to sing next to me so they can better hear the part that they want to sing, whether that's bass or tenor, because I'm one of the people audibly singing. Yeah. So.
Yes. So really, you have to look at the context of where you're at, and like you said, like in choir, maybe it's not a great context, but in places where you don't have that, you're talking about the homogeneous kind of way of singing. You're not going to have that in a context where not everyone knows how to sing, or not everyone knows all the parts, and so there has to be some sort of pillar. And if you have several, and especially in an outdoor context when it's a lot quieter, you don't have the reverberation of walls. You actually need more of anchor in the song. It's also very helpful to sing loud for the other people that don't know the part as well, so that they can actually hear and benefit from that. If everyone's just singing quiet or singing like they would sing in choir, which is sweet and super controlled, you lose a lot of the power of a psalm sing.
Yeah, I mean, the point of outdoor psalm sings generally? The reason why we even do them through the winter, we don't sing inside just because it's nice and warm. It's a different kind of space. Obviously, when you're singing outside, you're singing kind of to the world rather than just directly to God, I suppose. And it doesn't make any sense to sing to the great wide cosmos in a little mousy voice that doesn't make it more than 3 feet. And some people do, but when these some people are standing next to somebody like Louis Dalbey, and he's just throwing down his baritone, bits. It kind of encourages the entirety of the sound.
Sorry. My baritone bits?
That
We
wasn't
all
the
just
key
reflect
bit.
on that for a second.
Yeah.
If I may break the fourth wall.
I'm reflecting.
Okay, now that we've reflected, let's deflect your little deflection.
My inflection?
Yeah.
I see.
Ooh, singing time or something. Anyway, it's singing loudly is catching. It's a catching. It's a mood. When people are next to somebody who are going all out, really in anything, not just singing, it kind of fosters a kindred spirit. It helps people push through any sort of social inhibitions they have. Hopefully with what you're drinking there, he'll be pushing through his social inhibitions soon. Anyway.
On that note, here's why do I sing loudly? Honestly, I don't think about other people when I sing.
That's obvious. Fast.
And when I first moved here and didn't know how to sing, it was a disservice often. However, when I sing,
his first month here,
yes,
Sorry for him.
but I still love them. He's a great guy.
I'm glad for the patience of the saints here in Idaho. But I started when I was in New York. I would be walking my dog on the street, and I was a new believer, and my heart was just overflowing with joy for my salvation, and singing was a means of worship and confession.
Yeah.
When you say something, you say it because you believe it. When you sing, it's similar. And so I think two things that God hates. One, definitely, is drawing near with the lips while your heart is far from Him. Making a show of joyful religion that isn't really there. It's just entertaining. It's fun to sing. And singing is a blessing in and of itself, sure. But when we're in the house of God, when we're with God's people, it's a means of worship, and it should be unadulterated. And then also, something that's really unseemly, I think, is to have a heart full of joy in God and thanksgiving, and to make a quiet noise.
Yeah.
A sad noise before the Lord.
If you're a tree that's bearing that 100-fold fruit, but they're all tiny little dwarf crab apples, nobody was going to eat from you if they see a tree with one big old giant juicy watermelon apple on it.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
It's like you want to reproduce that joy in other people, and people have to hear you if
No one's
they're gonna join in on the singing.
No one's going to
they're
call you
participate.
up to a venue if you have to have like 5 microphones to make yourself be heard.
Yeah. Another thing is that whenever you sing loudly, you cannot sing without your heart. Whenever you have to be physically and emotionally engaged to sing loudly, and so it's easy to just sing quietly without actually putting your heart into the music. Whether or not you actually have that joy of Christ in your heart, you're not going to be expressing it in song if you're singing very quietly. In most cases.
The neat thing is too about when you got people like Ben who have a break-in period to singing the right notes. If you sing loudly, you overpower their inexperience. It's difficult for an inexperienced singer to outcompete a D1 athlete of a vocalist.
Right.
Like I would not. I've got some experience in singing. I don't want to go head to head with like Kayla or
No.
and her one of her special move banshee shrieks, B flat 5 or whatever.
12.
Yeah. So
Wait, 12 doesn't make sense.
I bet there are
That's
that
too-
many octaves.
But yeah,
There are that many.
If you go out,
that's like a
We have to go up higher.
low
to hear
dog
them.
whistle
yeah.
territory.
Yeah. Anybody have like a neat little story about yelling your head off and people being like, "Yo, today I was at the back of the church doing my sound system duties, And I was yelling my head off for like what's 422?
Oh, who shall the Lord's elect condemn?
Yeah, that one. And anyway, I talked to some people afterward. And they were like, "Hey, you're the one who was yelling that tenor thing in the background, weren't you?" Yeah, we could hear you.
And what's a little bit a shame is that they could hear you, which means they weren't singing loud enough.
Yeah. No, your own voice in your own ears should be a good deal louder than.
While there is a place for blend singing, especially outdoor singing, is not the place for it.
But it's not on this YouTube video, so
Sure.
get out of here.
Yeah.
No, make your say your piece.
My piece is that while oftentimes you can also find it's more difficult to sing well when you sing loudly.
Okay.
There's always a time and place for very precise singing as well as very powerful singing. But in this case, in most cases, people just are not singing loudly enough or with enough force, with enough conviction of mind and body to really praise the Lord with their whole heart, their whole mind, all their strength.
Yeah.
They're not obeying that command.
Yeah. Davidic singing, the way he danced before the Lord. You should
We
go
haven't even
out.
talked about dancing yet.
A little scary.
Yeah, you should go out and sing in a way that makes your wife chide you and makes her barren because she was chiding you in the Lord's service with your aggression.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
You should
Sing
be
to
praising
make
the
your
Lord.
wife childless.
You should praise the Lord in a way that makes your wife kind of embarrassed of you, but not in a way that makes her barren.
That's a better way to put it.
Yeah,
Make a joyful noise.
Not barren.
that's wise.
Ooh, Duke. What if she became a duke instead of a baron?
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
like transgender.
Okay.
well, Duchess.
By the way, sorry, is your channel like officially like straight?
like hetero.
Can I freely delve into that issue on the right side?
Dude, this is just a
talking about-
stupid video.
talking about
Say
singing.
whatever you want. I mean, you got
sorry.
up and walked inside and like ate a chunk
You
out of
don't
the
know what I
bathroom.
did.
Probably.
I can neither confirm nor deny. I don't know. I kind of wanted to push back against what you were saying a little bit, Carter.
Fight it.
Wow. Feeling those hormones rising.
Yeah, cortisol.
Wrong
Nice.
one.
Yeah, that's enough.
wrong
I don't
one.
know all those science words. You were saying?
I mean, the thing is, you say like you're not. Well, I mean, there's a couple things. One, what if you don't have a big voice, right?
Well, there's a
you can
difference.
still be praising God with your whole mind, soul, strength.
That's
body.
not really who we're making this video for. If you were born with one half of a vocal cord, all power to you.
Yeah.
But this is for people who we know they're loud people, but when it comes to singing, they just click the mute button or something.
Yeah.
And I agree with
That's
you.
a good
Maybe
clarification
that was
to make.
unclear. There's a difference between I'm not saying you have to sing loud, but you have to sing powerfully with what you have. So if God's not given you the ability to sing as loud as literally everyone else, or whatever, there's a very substantial difference between the amount of power that Yuri Brito can put into a song and the amount of power that any one of us could.
Faux show.
By quite a bit.
Physiological.
And so we're not calling everyone to sing like Yuri Brito because they can't.
He is
But you need to-
genetically adept.
Instead of singing, we don't want to sing like we are Yuri Brito, but we want to sing like he sings, which is full voice and joyful, and but he puts everything into it every time.
Now, another thing though, even when you're outside singing, I think that's good. But when you're outside singing, you're not singing by yourself.
It's true.
I think that's an important thing, actually. You're not. I think the point is you can actually still hear other people. So this is a thought just about the nature of music, the nature of harmony. When you're singing all out, You're not just suddenly singing your own. Like let's be extreme with the example. You're not suddenly singing your own mode, adding in, say, some might argue that the Picardy third is from a mode that should not be part of the song if it isn't explicitly put there. But that's
Right.
maybe for another time.
Yeah.
Put it maybe on some
five
other
5
lines.
minutes from now. But just to be extreme. But the point is, you're still singing in the same key. You're singing parts, and that requires listening to some extent. You are still listening. I don't know. I'm just thinking about that.
So, yeah,
Singing.
there's still a place for
I don't actually. I
Singing
don't.
is a communal act, not a solo act.
Yeah.
Well, generally.
If you're singing all out, it shouldn't be in this individualistic sort of thing. I think it can often be selfish, actually, when you're really singing out. And you notice that when someone is over singing a tenor part or something, it's out of
Or
tune.
putting in their own Picardy third.
That is,
Yeah.
that's not really the ditch that a lot of people fall into, though.
But yeah, it can happen, though.
The target audience for this video of mine is people in concert choir who
Okay.
are just like, I know you've got a good voice, you know? I know
Sure.
you take vocal lessons. Weird thing to me is, seems like as soon as you start taking vocal lessons, like my brother Judah, he sings well, and he sings, at a
A lot.
decent volume. And in choir, he sings fortissimo when it says triple F, but he tends toward the mezzos in congregational singing. Judah, why? Sing more, buddy.
Yeah, so I guess there's a difference between.
Kill yourself.
There's a substantial difference between, singing in a selfish way. So, yeah, if you fall in the other ditch of over singing and singing in a selfish way, that can honestly sometimes can be an even bigger issue if you're trying to take glory for yourself from the glory that we're trying to give to the Lord. But yes, I
would
think
that be
more
like
often
singing-
there you have people under singing.
Would that be
Yeah.
singing parts? Like when you're in a group of newer singers and you wanna switch
Sometimes.
parts. I know
It can
sometimes
be,
when I'm
yeah.
leading a psalm sing or something, I'm very tempted to switch to bass or tenor,
Yeah.
and then these guys just
And
they
it-
just
it
lose it.
falls
They
apart,
just lose
yeah.
it.
I think it has more to do with purposely imbalancing things.
Mm-hmm.
Like if
Are you saying the oversinger purposely
Like,
imbalancing
yeah.
things? Yes.
imagine trying to, so you could sing as selfishly as you want at like the Pacific Northwest Choral Festival, but it's not gonna
Right.
harm anyone. If anything, if you know your part, all the little children from kindergarten in front of you, or high schoolers,
Yeah.
I guess they're called nowadays, it's only going to help them out.
Yeah.
I think you're thinking more like in the context of the nursing home singing stuff. Yeah, it's pretty easy if you're a loud singer to start worsening the moment for a lot of the
True.
people around you.
Well, thinking
and that's
also-
something I'm trying to balance myself.
But thinking also in the Northwest Choral Fest sort of thing, where you got, maybe average of, I think the one in Moscow, what is it, like 300-ish singers, and then one in Coeur d'Alene get up to 550 sort of thing. If you're being quiet all by yourself, that doesn't necessarily harm anyone either. Thinking of it, maybe it's
It's just
two
pointless.
sides of the coin of being selfish,
Yeah.
or of thinking of yourself.
A lot of the quiet singers I've known, it's not out of modesty at all. Generally, it's either apathy. Now, this is because typically at least 6 years of singing I've done was in secondary at Logos. I know a lot of the guys who would just kind of slum along in the background, mumbling and grumbling, like the Israelites in the wilderness or something. Through their bits. It was never out of like, well, I don't really think I'm that good of a singer. It's because they just don't care to put any effort into it. Typically, when people sing quietly, I think it's out of an absence of effort rather than
which is that other
than
side
having
of that
like
selfishness.
a rightly ordered mindset in like, oh no, I think what this wants is a nice little triple pianissimo over here.
Right.
I don't know.
I guess that ties into the facial expression while singing, which I think is a huge ditch that people in our community fall into. Go into the NSA choir, title, Sing for Joy, and then everybody is just like...
Are we the NSA choir?
You and your brother were the only ones moving and grooving
Wait,
to...
which one is this?
Lord of Maker. Lord.
You not look over at the top right
I only
corner?
saw those two. I
was dancing. I was like David up there.
Yeah. But
Especially during practice, more so. I didn't want to like distract too much.
Didn't want to
You get
disturb
moving too
anyone.
much.
Yeah.
From
It's
the
distracting.
videos I've seen, though, our choir needs more, but we're actually one of the better at doing it. Like Logos's choirs, there's a lot of just.
Yeah.
Why am
So
I here?
while Logos has
Written on
they have a
faces.
very good choir.
Some of the church choirs.
They're behind in which like they were singing a spiritual for Choral Fest, and their faces are just dead except for Sophia and I don't remember who the other one. She was literally just like I almost kind of laughed because the stark contrast between all the other singers who are just like they look like someone's got a knife to their parents and it's like sing and they're like
and they don't care about their parents
Right.
either, which is great.
probably
Falling asleep as their parents are knifed.
right.
Anyway.
But and that stark contrast with someone who's actually engaged in the music. And what can happen is when you actually put your mind and soul and spirit all into the music, that facial expression comes out and it actually makes the music better because Herb would say if you have a loose features, your pitch will drop, and so you actually sing worse whenever you don't put your whole body into singing well, and so that I think facial expressions are a large portion.
Whereas
of
if you do this, your pitch tends to be okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
Those
Okay.
that can make you go sharp sometimes. So there's two ditches.
Yeah.
Sometimes I tie a string to my hair, just keep pitch from
That's
dropping.
better than around your neck.
Yeah,
Wait, you do what? Like
Well,
not actually.
I think we have
I
a
used
solid
to just
video
pull
here.
on my
If
hair just to help me keep my pitch
Lewis,
straight.
I think
There are more things
you
to be
have
said.
you have exalted our estrogen levels to the point that we've induced heat into this discussion, and Lord willing, it will give birth to glory.
that would be a cool place to end it, unless, except for the fact that somebody has something else to say.
to end besides estrogen.
Yeah.
Make a joyful noise to the Lord.
Bingo.
Don't make
And
a
give
lame.
birth to glory.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep
That
talking.
too.
Amen.
Hey, amen. Solid stuff.
Oh, we should.
We don't have something. I don't know that one.
Something.
I'll cover it.
Yo, what the devil?
What should we sing? I kind of want to sing a Celtic-y one.
Celtic one, like Parting Glass.
I don't know if
that
that's
one.
a little too.
No,
That
it's
would
too
be
slow.
completely improv. Also, I don't think we're gonna have great audio on that
That's alright.
because wind blowing on a phone mic is the worst thing. So I might just make it a silent thing, and I'll put all the subtitles up, type them up manually.
Oh, gotta think of a good one.
A good one. I mean, Amazing
What
Grace
just
would be
come out?
easy.
Oh yeah, Amazing Grace.
Yeah,
Is good.
that would be easy parts.
One,
I can
one
take
verse.
alto.
I'll take soprano, but I'll sing it down the octave.
I think I can do alto.
You want to sing the melody? Okay.
I can do bass. Basso profundo.
I think I can do alto.
I hope I clicked record, otherwise this is going to be a waste of time. Also, this should be more in the center or something. We can kick it around. And are we demonstrating, are we looking down and just kind of pelting it with sound?
Yeah, I guess that's what
Are we
should do.
demonstrating the Blastissimo Viri?
There's just like, I'm just going to pull up the... Is that D, DG? Oh, okay, you got it.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found, was blind, but now I see.
Ooh, that last chord was good. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, that was funny.
I'm going to finish doing my laundry.
Too bad it sounded bad.